All right, so we just got some breaking news in the NFL. I had some time this morning, thought I'd jump up here quick with an instant reaction for you all. The Cincinnati Bengals have announced that Joe Burrow, for his major turf toe injury, will require surgery and will be out at least 3 months, which puts a potential return at mid-December for a potential playoff push should the Cincinnati Bengals still be alive for the playoffs at that point. I want to talk about the Bengals in the micro for a second, and then I want to talk about them in the macro. In the micro, Cincinnati has to do whatever they can to be able to be competitive going through this next 3 months. If I am the Bengals, Jake Browning's cool. I'm getting another QB option. I'm not saying Jake Browning can't be the starter, but I'm at least getting another quarterback option. You're 2-0, which, thank God you started off good for the first time in forever if you were the Cincinnati Bengals. But Jameis Winston, Russell Wilson, Kirk Cousins, I'm calling everybody with a decent backup around the league. And seeing who I get, Mariota, I am calling every single team that has Philadelphia, Tanner McKee, Sam Howell, and just seeing what the price is. Because this team has to be competitive by the time Burrow gets back. Because I'll tell you what, if the Cincinnati Bengals, which many people are going to expect, don't have a competitive run here with Jake Browning or whoever the new backup quarterback is, and mid-December rolls around, and Bengals fans cover your ears maybe, and this is a 3-5 win team, Joe Burrow's not playing another game this season. If Joe Burrow comes back mid-December and there's 3 games left in the season and the Bengals are 4-10, he's not playing another game. Why would he? Season's over. Season's shot. And you look at that from a macro for the Cincinnati Bengals this offseason. They extend Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, pay them big time. You have all the controversy with Trey Hendrickson, all the controversy with Shamar Stewart. And both of those controversies will have lasted longer than your time alive in the regular season did. We were wondering, at least I was, how this team was going to be a playoff team with Joe Burrow, with having one of the worst offensive lines in football, one of the worst defenses in football, and the worst head coach in their division. I was wondering, how the hell is this team going to be a playoff team with Joe Burrow, with a top 5 quarterback in the sport? Now, you're going to put a backup in there? Again, the 2-0 cushion could not be any more massive for the Bengals, because if they were 0-2, I would tell you right now the season's dead. 2-0, if you can get a Jameis Winston and he could perform for the next month and a half to a 500 record, and all of a sudden Joe Burrow can come back and this team could be, what would they be? If Joe Burrow could come back and this team could be 6-7, 7-7, 7-6, it's worth it. It's worth it to go for that push, to try and get in. But if not, there's going to be a lot of questions in Cincinnati, man. And I love T. Higgins. This was a reason I wouldn't have paid him. And obviously hindsight's 2020, and I'm not trying to victory lap a Joe Burrow injury, but this is what we talked about on the channel, man. Doing the same thing over again and expecting different results was repeating insanity for the Bengals. Running it back with all that money invested in this offensive trio, none in the offensive line, none in the defense, and expecting to be a better than 9-8 team was, in my estimation, insanity. Running it back and not getting Joe Burrow protection and expecting him to be able to stay healthy, insanity. And the dysfunction of this organization is what got Joe Burrow hurt. And the dysfunction of this organization is what is preventing one of the best quarterbacks of this generation from having real Super Bowl aspirations like his counterparts. I know Josh and Lamar haven't made the big game, let alone won it. But damn, their teams keep them alive every year. Joe Burrow is of the talent of those guys. But the team and their irresponsible spending of the money, the limited money that they have, to not protect this guy is what led to this injury. Obviously, we can't predict every single injury, but Burrow gets beat up, man. He was getting beat up in that game yesterday. He got hit a lot of times before he got that injury, and a lot of pressures before he got that injury. If instead of T. Higgins, the team had paid offensive linemen, traded Higgins before the draft, gotten some additional draft capital, and said, hey, we'll just spend that second round pick on Kyle Williams or Dante Thornton, where would they be? Because they'd have Jamar Chase, they'd have Gesicki, Chase Brown, Yoshavas. You could have brought in a vet wide receiver on the cheap, a Tyler Lockett type, could have brought, him in, and you would have been fine. Don't get me wrong, T. Higgins is to me a top 20 wide receiver in the sport. You already had a top 1 guy. And when you're not a team like Philadelphia or like some of these other teams who have enough capital to add these void years on, that way the cap hits just aren't big hits and converting things into signing bonus, and the way that they shift their money around because they just have the money liquid. The Bengals don't have that. And when you don't have that, you are playing by a different set of rules, but you got to be smarter with the money you spend. And I get it. Burrow was a guy who pushed for Higgins. Tell him no. You got Chase. You got Chase Brown, a running back we believe in. You got to carry the offensive load. Because we got to get you some offensive linemen to help keep you upright. Because we can't do anything without you out there. Because without Joe Burrow out there, paying T. Higgins and Jamar Chase, well, what are we talking about? A combined over $50 million per season is worthless. The Bengals better hope and pray. One, that either Jake Browning or whoever the backup quarterback that they get can keep them above water. And 2, when they get back, that Joe Burrow can get them to the playoffs. Because if they miss the postseason and Joe Burrow's hurt in the same year, every single worry about what they did in terms of how they invested their time and money this offseason will have come to light. Will have absolutely come to light. So, that's the news. Joe Burrow officially out for 3 months. The Bengals officially might be in some serious, serious trouble. My NFL Week 2 winners and losers video goes live today at 4 p.m. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel to check that out. If you love the NFL, make sure you also are subscribed to the channel. Tons of great NFL content, reaction videos like this, instant game reactions, tier lists, you name it. It's all on this channel. Click the like button if you love the NFL. I'll catch you next time. Peace.